So this next one, sin number 5, blanket low fill factors. So here's the deal with fill factor. Back in the old days when I/O was a lot slower than things are today, fill factor was way more important, because what fill factor would do is it would say when you rebuild or create an index to begin with, that it only fills up each data page, 8K chunk of information, to a certain level. Some people went 50%, others went 80%, some went 70%. I don't know, to some level to say, let's just leave all of those pages half empty, so that as more stuff comes along later, we can fill in those pages. Now imagine this if you had like a journal where you were writing in your journal every single day, and you wanted to leave room on every single page of your journal so that if you thought about something that happened 3 days ago, you can come back and write it in later. Well, that's kind of how the fill factor works, is it's just leaving space so that stuff could be put in there later. Now, from I/O from 30 years ago, that was a really, really smart thing to do. Maybe not 50 to 70%, but at least to fill them at like 80 or 90%. In today's world, there's no need for that, because index page splits are a lot faster than they used to be back then. If a page fills up, it splits and creates 2 pages. And the low fill factor really bloats indexes massively, increasing more I/O and memory use, and creating a vicious cycle of more splits and more maintenance. Now, for fill factor to actually work, you have to, for the fill factor to work correctly on an index, whatever the index keys are, need to be done in a right order that you're actually going to be filling evenly amongst all those pages. And in reality, that really doesn't happen very often. So we see this is one of those things we catch a lot when we're doing our managed services work on analyzing servers, is we find indexes that have a low fill factor, sometimes taking up twice as much space or twice as much I/O as they need to. We usually will adjust those fill factors and rebuild them, setting it up to 99 to 100%, meaning they're full. And then we end up saving a lot of space and a lot of I/O on that, and usually that's been a boost in overall performance from our experience in doing that.
Does this kind of also play hand in hand with, say, servers from 20 years ago? Rebuilding indexes was a much bigger task. So the myth kind of perpetuates from avoiding having to rebuild as often.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point, because yeah, I mean, if you're running on a much slower system that doesn't have the I/O or the horsepower to really rebuild your indexes when they need to be rebuilt, then yeah, maybe the fill factor could have been more important at that point. Yep, certainly. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please click the thumbs up icon. And if you want to subscribe, click subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we have new videos. All right, have a great day.